Hey, y'all, what's going on? Okay, let's talk about the Atlanta hoes. Now, y'all, I promise y'all, I did a 40-minute long video, and my computer, well, actually, now I know what happened. I hit update a while ago. Then I don't know, got, just distracted, said I'm going to make the video. I'm thinking it has something to do with that. But at any rate, I lost the footage. And y'all know I can't go back, say the same shit or whatever. That's just not ever going to be me. I just can't. And I should take notes or whatever, but I don't. So let's go on and get into the Atlanta hoes. Can we get into the fact that Candy is feeling that motherfucking ponytail? Candy is feeling her puss. She is feeling the fact that she's the wealthiest bitch on the show, honey. She's feeling it. And y'all, no makeup, no nothing. I can't do no makeup right now because on this cheek right here, yeah. I don't know. And I don't know if it's just nerves from me being aggravated about the whole ass shit or just me missing sweets or what the fuck ever, just nerves or whatever. But at any rate, and I am still doing it, and I'm very thankful for those who have shared some things that I have found, to implement into what I'm doing. Sometimes I want to go back and I want to be like, okay, now, how did you say mix it? What'd you say? Let me just say this. For future reference, I love that y'all put it in the comments. Sometimes they'll be so far down or whatever, I can't find them. And I would just love if y'all have nutritional help with the cigarette thing, all of that. And I had one of my loves wrote me on the Much Love from Nina page, and she wrote me the most amazing, and not just one, it was 2 or 3. But this one was the most amazing thing. Like, I've been wanting to mention to you, if I could do it, you could do it. Me and my sister, we watch and we just want you to be here. And, I grasped what they were saying. You know what I'm saying? Which I've heard that from several of you all. The boss, Ella, and countless others. And last time I talked to her on the phone, she was like, we just want you to be here. And I get that. And I'm trying my best. I really am. I'm trying my best. I'm counting. I'm staying with my number. I did go outside my number one day where I had 7. And I know that's not what this is about, but I just wanted to say that, and thank you to all my loves who have been like, all right, we got you. We're going to hold you down. We know, okay, bitch, we know. We can see the sincerity in you or whatever. And I appreciate that. And y'all, it's time for me to retire this house stress. Do y'all know this house stress been with us for the past 3 years or better? And it's time for me to retire the bitch. I'm going to hate to see the bitch go. Anywho, they ain't got shit to do with this, but I am going to say, if you could email me, muchlovefromky@icloud.com, I would be so grateful. That way I have a full breakdown of, how many tablespoons of this or whatever. Because I've been wanting to do the detox water, but I don't want to do anything that is too merch. Because some shit I can't get down, So anywho, now on to the Atlanta hoes and Candy feeling her puss. Cigarette number 4. So, Candy's feeling her motherfucking puss. Now, y'all, I have been watching the way the shit's been going, but I have also made no beans about it. And one of my loves said, I love the fact that you hate watching the show, but you tell us the whole time, but then you'll do the... Child, I don't hate the show. I'm tired of reality. I'm getting really tired of reality. Scripted reality. I think I could intake some real reality, which is why I think I love YouTube so much, because whether you like a person or you don't like a person or whatever they doing on YouTube, it is their reality. You know what I mean? Anywho, so, I've been watching how this shit's unfolding between Candy and Fei Fei. Now, we know 2 weeks back, Fei Fei was, not Fei Fei. Well, Fei Fei and Miss Candy had the little lunch and this, that, and the third, and Candy broke loose and said, you was getting ready to be with somebody, blah, 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 and just really laid her shit out there. Do I agree with Candy on that? Yes, I do, because Fei Fei was allowed to go too long. And Fei Fei, due to y'all friendship is why you was able to live this long. without her reading you. With that said, Miss Candy, I don't know what is boosting you. I don't know if you thinking, okay, Nene's gone and I'm going to take Nene's place. Bitch, I don't know. Are you feeling your puss, this ponytail? What? Are you just really at the point where you like, fuck the bullshit? But really, to me, you and Faith are two of the same creature. To me, it's pettiness on both sides. See, a real bitch will hash that shit out a long time ago when the shit went on. A real bitch might have been like, you know what, bitch, me and you all right? I don't want to know about you cheating on your husband or whatever the fuck you doing, because I don't want nobody to be able to ask me. Being my friend, don't put me in that position. Maybe I'm old school. Maybe I'm that old bitch. You know what I mean? Don't put me in that fucking position where I can even be asked. So when I be like, what? I can really be like, what? And I don't know shit about it. You know what I mean? Like, it, to me, they two messy bitches. Granted, that's your girl or whatever. And you was all for it, Candy, when she was doing it. It wasn't until she said Ty was picking for coins and the allowance and all of that. And she did. Faith stretched all the way out on Candy. She did. And nobody's going to be able to tell me, you know, that she didn't, because she did. With that said, when when Candy come at your ass, don't be so surprised. I don't think you thought she was going to go that far. Bitch, bow out. Bow out. I know your motherfucking funeral home ain't done, bitch, but bow out before all your shit be out there. You know what I'm saying? Now, on to this one. Let's just get into this one. Okay. So, in the midst of this, Candy got some shit going on. Ty comes in with his little bitty outfits and his suits, because he's going to go to Peter shit, you know, Penelope, Uncle Ben shit. He's going to open another club, maybe a reopening or something, I'm not sure. And Ty's like, he's going to come. They sitting there and she's like, well, that one looked like it's going to be bean pies or whatever the case. Then she goes into this whole shit of, you know, talking about what happened with Portia last week. And Portia, girl, why don't you shut the fuck up? Because you know you the easiest bitch for them to read. Like, it ain't hard to read you, bitch. Why don't you back? Just shut what they call the fuck up. She said what happened in the conversation, that was it. Sheree's there instigating shit, and she put it down, and she said you knew about what Faith was doing. So yeah, your loyalty lies with Faith, but yet you forget that you was in Candy's motherfucking shit with your non-singing ass. Like, I'm trying to understand, where does your loyalty lie? Just shut the fuck up and don't take sides, bitch. Shut up. Because they going to be reading your ass for dust, just like I'm about to read you for... Girl. And on that same motherfucking episode, you and that motherfucking coochie eggs, bitch. You and the bitch you brought with her and bent over and the string hanging out and who, bitch? And y'all, what, girl? How loose must your walls be, bitch? Is it just a wall, bitch? Ain't no walls? So you trying to firm that shit back up and you still pretending with this dude that you dated a while back. And I could have swore way back when you first came on the scene, they was pumping it like you was Miss Purity when you got with your husband who's now ass up taking pictures. Now y'all correct me on that. But on this episode, bitch, you was like, when you was talking to him and sneaking him in, bitch, in your mama's house, bitch, what the fuck is going on with that? Why the fuck he can't get a hotel? Which ought to tell you, a motherfucker who can't get a hotel, or better yet, ain't got his own place in a bed somewhere. Bitch, I might not want to try to have a child with nor fuck. Girl. And his other baby mama said he don't take care of his other kids. Bitch, please stop. If you was going to pretend some shit, do it with somebody that's worth talking. You know what I'm saying? Talking about our worth doing something with. But bitch, sneaking him in your mama's. Ooh, girl. Ooh, I got under my motherfucking skin when you did that. Bitch, you can't go to the jungle in your mama's shit. Go to the jungle in your own shit, bitch. Ooh, you're a disrespectful bitch for that. Mm-hmm. You's a disrespectful bitch for that. And then why would your shit be that loose? And then you're like, Oh, and this egg, as if to say, this has been in my pussy. This is a pussy egg. Does this turn you on? Bitch, no. Why would your walls be so loose? And then you was like, do you remember? He was like, oh yeah, it was tight then. Bitch, did you think he was going to be like, oh yeah, I remember how loose your motherfucking walls was? Bitch, was that admittance to your lips, just your coochie being like this, bitch? Is that what you're trying to tell us? That's some personal wallless coochie business of your own. You and the bitch hang with the string, and last episode, Sheree was like, bitch, I'm on my period. Fuck out of her. I wouldn't even make that shit up because I wouldn't want to talk that shit in existence. I'd have been like, y'all some nasty bitches. Don't be hugging me. Because I don't see no fountains, no sinks or nothing. Y'all just told me I'm looking at y'all with this ball thing in your coochie. And I ain't seen y'all rinse nothing, so don't reach for no hug, bitch. No, I don't want to get down on them nasty ass pussy mats. Ooh. No. Oh, I don't even want to think about how nasty it was in there. Now, I ain't shading a bitch who want to do some kegels and shit like that. Do that in the privacy of yourself. And I'm sure there is some help there. And I'm going to do some more, research on that because I'm sure it's there for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, a woman could not be a loose goose. And she could just be the head of child and really got loose. One child being one person. I can understand it. But, Portia, girl, that's not the case with you. Why is your pussy all up with... Okay, I'm going to get off your pussy because next I'm going to have motherfuckers asking me about why you been talking about her and her coochie sticking and this, that. Bitch, it was on the show. Anywho, moving forward, and for you motherfucking stinky coochie advocates, bite my ass. Anyway, let's move forward. So, y'all done laid down on Miss Honey Cabbage and everything. Miss Tori, she stands the test, baby. She takes a laying down and everything. She's a little disheveled, but still. Oh, and by the way, y'all, they not discontinuing this unit. It's just that they didn't have it in at the time. So you can still get Tori, and I stand corrected on that. But moving forward. So, let me go back. Because I had to get into that, y'all. Y'all know I be all over the place, honey. Just fuck with me, follow me. So, Candy goes on to talk about they talking, and Todd said, I think y'all get together just to have a disagreement. Then, here comes this motherfucking picture of the dude who was doing her, was working with her. And it's like, that was before I knew folks was fake or some shit like that. She's like, wait a minute, I just paid him for doing some shit, blah, 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 and she's like, I really got to have a talk with him. Now, Candy, I know you feeling your puss and you had your whole shit, and I surely hope your restaurant goes over because, girl, we need Todd to stay around, and things continue to go over. But could you have had a conversation with that man, just you and him? You had to pop off and go there at your candy-coated night shit. Bitch, just when I thought, no, I couldn't have. I gave it a brief moment that I thought I might want to try to, maybe sell. Bitch, I can't. No, ma'am. So, you get there. He set the place up nicely and all of that. You got your regulars, that mess ass dude that work for you and that other chick, they following you around like puppies. You see him, he comes in and you like, let me talk to you for a minute. You said it looked nice and all that. You said that you work with him. It didn't work out as far as y'all. And that's your right to let him go. Maybe you could have let him go a different way. Or maybe, like he said, maybe we could have had a talk. I don't know exactly what he done to get the fuck under your skin. You know what I mean? But the way you, in your own shit, at a business function, this, that, and the third with the fucks and all of this shit you was giving, I was just like, it's your right. And I'm not saying that you wrong with the shit. I just feel like wrong for letting him go. I just felt like, y'all, she was doing too much that she could have kept it business like, not, all the fucks to give, this, that, and the third. And bitch, really, truth be told, you have been fake on some bullshit. Because I take you back to the point when everybody was pointing out fake trust shit and you was standing by. And meanwhile, knowing that she was cheating on her husband and all that, bitch, so the fuck out of here with that. Okay? And I could pull your motherfucking heartstrings. Bitch, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Portia already tried to do it when she was saying you like a bit of puss, but I've always known and thought that you liked a bit of puss, But I mean, bitch, that's get down. If that's get down how you live, baby, But fake, I never am. But bitch, you was faking that shit when you was cool with Fake True. So come on now, really. So he looked a whole fool because she clowned the fuck out of him. He leaves out of there. The next scene I want to go to is where he goes and talks to Phaedra. He want to have a meeting. Phaedra's in there pretending like she's working, like she has, what I mean? Like she's really doing some shit when really she's not. Whoever is her receptionist always looks like a deer in the headlights, like, oh, like action. That bullshit, like I'm sick of the pretending and all that. That's what's irritating me. He tells you, I really want to talk about suing, Candy, which he was a messy mofo to go to you with that shit. And you said, well, how much was you being paid? He said 500. And she was like, well, how many hours you work a week? And he said 80 sometimes. Well, you know what? I want to say it's stupidity on his part, but I also want to say that he also was thinking, fuck it, I'm going to put this time for betterment of my business that I have also. So maybe that's the reason why you went for that shit. For the notoriety and things you got out of it. Networking. Sometimes you have to do that. Networking. To get your foot in the door. So that might have been it. But however, bitch, 80 hours, bitch, out of her. Bitch, I don't think that was enough for 40 hours, was it? I'm just saying. So as he goes through the shit, he goes to say, well, we was talking about opening a restaurant, and then all of a sudden her and Todd is opening one, which I can envision that. I feel like she did that and decided, since Todd ain't got shit else to do, he can do this, whatever. Anywho, Phaedra knew what she needed to do for her own self and was like, I'm gonna stay out of this, but I am gonna refer you to somebody. Nice move, honey, because she done snatched your motherfucking edges, bitch, and I wouldn't want you around her bald-headed. Like, I wouldn't. So, bitch, good move, and also admitted and showed that not that you was taking a high road, you did what was best for you, because like I said a long time ago, it's two motherfuckers that really could lay Phaedra out. And one being her husband, two being Candy. And he's the fucking jail. And I believe when he get out, he gonna tell it all. But she took the high road and said, nah, I'm gonna refer you to somebody else. I'm not getting into that. With that said, let's move on along to Sheree. So Sheree says she got a whole book and shit going. And apparently, and y'all, I got to go get the book because surely it's out. I hope it's out now. If y'all read the book, let me know. Leave it below. If you have a link to it or whatever, let me know. I really don't want to, but I will, get the book and read it. So apparently it's a novel, but it's a tale all about motherfuckers in Atlanta. So this getting ready to be a real stink. So, bitch, you real desperate to keep coins going. And that motherfucking stripper, the friend of me, we already know that that's Lanithia Leak. Stop it. But I hope she start reaching and grabbing for your ass. I really do. Because, bitch, I will get you together. With that said, go work that shit out. Because old girl Alba told you, listen, I put these stamps on these pages. Make sure it's right. But really what it was, bitch, this got to be worked out. Okay. So, she's doing that. At one point, she leaves to go meet with Bob or whatever, and I don't know what the fuck they was doing. I don't know what Andy had him doing. But he goes, jumps up the wall. He ain't been there 2 minutes, and he's sweating like he done ran a marathon. Bob, work that the fuck out, because you got me itching, bitch. Now, I sweat. I know what it is to be big and sweat, but you ain't hardly my motherfucking size. And as soon as you blink your eyes, you just dripping. Ugh. What? Anywho, he jumps up or jumps down, whatever. She gets a phone call, and it's about her book. He's following her. He carries her out, whatever. But, oh, all that sweat, Bob. Anywho, let me see. Where do I want to go? Okay. Cynthia and Candy. I mean, not Candy. Cynthia and Kenya. They are in town to do Peter's opening of his bar, as well as Todd is there. You know, he's going. And, you know, they at the hotel, this, that, and the third. Kenya has been commissioned to be the hostess or whatever, you know. Meanwhile, while she's there, she get these crazy motherfucking emails, and it's like, text. And this motherfucker talking about, I do everything, every five of me, every this, that, and the third. That motherfucker's crazy, and I told y'all. Kenya, if you don't get several motherfucking guns and get this motherfucker together and let him know that you know that he ain't bullet motherfucking proof, and the back, but what I do want to say to you, just leading from that, after you saying all that you said, it's some validity to what that man is saying, though, y'all. Because even after his ass did what he did, walked up on her, drove all these miles, I believe she was calling him and asking him to come. She's that kind of bitch. She's the kind of bitch that would do some shit just to make a man jealous, to feel if he get jealous that he must love me. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I believe there's a little bit of validity to it. But with all that said, a grown-ass man ought to know better. How the fuck is it that your strings are so easily pulled? Get some motherfucking control. But I told y'all, that whole motherfucking family didn't look right to me. So can you get the fuck away from him? You right to be worried. You are right to be afraid. Because that motherfucker's ill. I'm just saying. So, her and Cynthia get to talking, and I guess at one point Kenya said, well, I'm not going to do it, you know, and maybe it's best for me not to go. Cynthia goes on. She looks absolutely fabulous. When Peter saw her, he was kind of, you know, it was cute how he was taken back by that. You know, and she at one point was like, well, he do look extra good, and y'all thought they was getting ready to throw. And I still think they might have threw that night. Anywho, so they talking about everything that's going on, you know, talk about how nice the place is, and then they get on Kenya, and it's like, you know, Kenya's afraid that he's going to be there, you know, and then they find out, she gets a text that Kenya's out there. Kenya said, you know, I was, you know, commissioned to do this. I was hired for this, and I'm going to do my job, and I commend her for that. But I could tell that she was afraid. And then when old dude came over, but then I was like, who set this shit up? Andy's motherfucking ass probably drove his ass there so he could do it with his messy ass. But you ain't never did that with none of them motherfucking Beverly Hill hoes and the London whores and the rest of them motherfuckers. But it's always some strange shit as it pertains to any of the black wives. And yes, I said it. Shit. Anywho. And I meant what the fuck I said. I'm not the kind of bitch that is twisted any kind of way about what the fuck a Andy Vine or whatever might think. Bitch, get it together. You've always treated, even though they are your highest paying franchise, highest watch franchise, but they never really seem to get the same trips, this, that, and the third. Stop it. Anywho, I just had to say that. So, okay, she's after her. Here he comes. Comes to the car. She's like, he's dangerous. Don't let him. But she don't have security with her. She just got the driver. So next thing we hear is a hit. The driver saying he hit me. In the end, you find out, well, what he says when Peter calls him, like, look, I want to lean my head in there. The dude tried to let the window up on my neck or whatever, which could have happened. But my thing is, why the fuck did you drive all that way? And another thing, Kenya, why didn't you just say to Peter, no, he shouldn't go? Which also leads me to believe that you are telling him, come on, but then no, but come on, but then no. Even though that does not excuse the fact that he is very abusive. And as a man, he shouldn't be easily played like that. But as a grown-ass woman, you shouldn't be playing those games either. You know. But anywho, so he, you know, he's gone. He just sped off or whatever. Peter and old dude's like, you need to cut that shit off. It don't need to be no phone calls. It seemed to me when Todd was talking, he was kind of like, old dude's kind of like, you playing both ends and you telling him to come, and then when he do come, you know. So I think Todd is feeling what it really is. And I'm sure Peter is too, but still, neither one of them are for the fact that this is a woman and that's a big-ass, burly-ass man that she really physically can't do nothing with as far as like hand-to-hand. There's nothing she could do without a weapon. You know, so I'm hoping that Kenya will say, fuck that, I don't want to be bothered with this motherfucker. And that almost makes me want to think, could Mac B then put her information out? Although we've seen her house or whatever, and I'm sure people are familiar with the area, but do you think he's gave some information out that he shouldn't have? I'm just saying. What y'all think? I'm just curious. Anywho, so all of that shit goes on. Hopefully it'll work out. In the end, Peter and Cynthia sitting outside, and he's like, my place is 3 minutes from here. Bitch, I'ma tell you. I'd have been like, She said it was awkward, I guess because it was on camera. She don't want everybody to know she got wet in the panties. And she ready to get up there and get her some rice pudding, honey. You know, but she was like, awkward. He was like, okay, I'm gonna go. But I don't know if she went or not. And I guess it would be a mess to mix that up because I think she's clearly happy with the fact that they're getting divorced. So I would imagine that's really awkward. But that's what I felt was noteworthy of the Atlanta hoes for me. You know. And y'all know I'll be looking for Ashley and the Rocks and Kevin and everybody's views on it, honey. James, can't wait to hear his point of view on it. Sean Bradley, everybody. Anywho, with that said, let me go on and have a married to medicine moment because I'm feeling some kind of way. Yeah, this is my head. I'm feeling some fucking kind of way. So, okay, so y'all go to Hawaii and shit. I don't really want to go blow by blow because I'm already motherfucking over the fact that this shit comes on Friday. And why the fuck is it coming on Friday, but yet you show the reruns on Sunday? What the fuck is that about? Because I still have yet but to say that I would be committed to them Houston hoes. So I wish you would please move my show back to Sunday so I can see them both together. The fuck out of here. Sick of that shit. Anyway. So let me understand this. And this is for everybody. And y'all know I live for some motherfucking Quad. But Quad, let me ask you something. You know, I know Simone is not as frilly and not frilly, but as dramatic as you all are when it comes to doing things like that. But how about we just don't say shit like, well, considering last time, oh, well, it is Simone. Just take the free motherfucking Bravo trip and ride with it. Even though it was supposed to be, the Simone and Cecil thing. Why does that have to be said? And it seemed to be a thing across the board. You know what I mean? I don't get that. Every motherfucker is not the same. Now, that's the only issue as of right now with today's episode that I watched today, which was Friday's, as it pertains to Quad, because I see them as being friends. And it's just, it took me back a bit. So, I expect that shit from Heavenly's hateful ass. I expect that shit from motherfucking tacky ass Toya's ass, who is having to downgrade as we motherfucking speak. However, bitch, you would be the kind of bitch to say, but at least I'm married to a doctor or whatever. Okay, bitch. But see, I would be like, okay, well, if that's all you want to see, I'm married to a man that's not a doctor, but I love him and he loves me back. See, I love him too. It was an opportunity because nothing in me will ever make me believe that she married that man other than for the reason that he was going to be a doctor. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Nothing in me will ever make me think anything different. And you really let me know what you thought about that man tonight when you was yelling at him and shit and telling him to shut up and put the biscuit in his mouth. Bitch, please. The fuck out of here. In front of men that were his peers and in front of your friends or whatever, you belittle that man like that? Your motherfucking ass. Fuck out of here. And bitch, you always on that grandstand and shit. That's the reason why he ain't home now when he needs to be, when he can be with his kids. But see, you don't think about what's motherfucking important, bitch. All you worried about, just like when you went to go see the house with old girl. Who made this? What's the brand? Bitch, do the motherfucker work? Like, I can't. And that is why I will never be all the way on the page with Toya ever. I've seen this bitch too many times. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. Your motherfucking ass, the way you did your husband, bitch, you got to be out your rabbit ass motherfucking mind. And everything ain't built around your motherfucking ass. Now, was I upset the way you came for Lisa? I ain't giving a fuck about Lisa or none of that. And Heavenly, while you're talking about her calling you an alcoholic, bitch, you stay motherfucking talking about everybody, bitch. When you really need to check your motherfucking self, bitch. Bitch. I don't know if you're detoxing, got the DTs or what. Just shut the fuck up. And I thought I would just fall out when the bitch was getting, but I felt you though, bitch. I felt you. I will have to say I felt you. When she looked over and seen another mommy trying to get up on her daddy, she was like, y'all don't know me. I'll set the fuck with the bitch. I'll say this, bitch, you better than me, because I'd have politely went over and looked at him like, you know what, if you don't want this bitch to get hurt. I know you didn't just meet me. First of all, he wouldn't do that, because I would act a whole fool. It would just be over for me and motherfucker. I be with motherfucker and we leaving. I want my motherfucking trip. No, better yet, you leaving. Because you ain't going to want to be over here with me. And better yet, I'm going to. The fuck, the way that bitch was hanging. He talking about, I'm looking at turtles. That bitch was like leaning and pointing and girl. It couldn't have been me, honey, because I'd have politely, excuse me, bitch, I know. I believe you know you work in this boat, so you know it's a motherfucking couples trip, bitch. And without that, you know, I'd have just checked that bitch, and I'd have checked his ass too, because he should have knew better than to do some shit like that. Now, maybe it's me. Ladies, leave that shit below, because I really want to know how y'all felt about that. And for the fellas who watched it, how would your woman react? With that said, come on now, let me get to the reason why I want to fuss about this shit. It's because I don't understand how these ladies are going on trips, and this is real talk. How the fuck y'all going on trips and shit, but don't know motherfucking body like each other? The only two people that are really friends on the show, and that would be Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone. Quad gets in there with Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone, but other than that, I don't see it. The rest of it is some just fucked up charade ass shit. Like motherfuckers waiting on the next bitch to leave. Mariah, I don't even know why you there. Just like bitch, I don't know why you there. Because whatever you trying to redeem, whatever you trying to get from being back on the show, bitch, it don't look good that you know what I'm saying, you fell back and walked back and came back. And you ain't the queen Mariah no more. They don't even look at you the same way. Now, every time you go somewhere, just like when you and that motherfucking crazy ass Lisa came, y'all came late. However, you did say that you were rinsing off your feet or whatever. But Simone then was like, well, shit, we been down here. I'm ready to go. I'm going to go upstairs and fuck. You like, why everybody leaving? Can we at least have a drink? Bitch, why wasn't y'all there? You didn't need to change and do all that. Y'all could have had a quick drink, you know, hashed it out, found out what the itinerary was for the next day. Of course, here comes Lisa with this long ass train, bitch. Oh, Lord Jesus, I'm not. Toya's falling back, rolling eyes and shit, and it's just, why are y'all pretending to be friends? This I don't get. I mean, I can't do that. And I don't even want to talk about the shit other than what the fuck Toya did with her husband, which was fucked up. And that little shit that happened with Heavenly and her husband. And whatever the fuck Heavenly's giving, whenever Heavenly's in the play, you know it's going to be a hot ass raggedy mess. Now, let me also say this. Lisa's husband, he wasn't able to make it because he's an ER doctor. So, he's kind of got to be there. So he's going to be there, I think, the next day. Day after. Dr. Jackie has to go later. And Dr. Jackie said, well, he going to get some. It's going to be some sex or whatever. And girl, get on and give him some nookie, honey. Go on and give him some nookie. Go on, set him up right. Go on, throw that ass in the circle, girl. Oh. I mean, just throw it a little bit. I mean, I'm just saying, just throw it a little bit. Go on and give him some good. Some act right. Just a little act right, honey. That sack got to be weighing heavy, honey. Go on and loosen him up. So she's coming and her husband's coming. But I don't understand why they were talking about the boat. Well, it's not, Dr. Heavenly had something to say, at least with Toya, it would have been some glitz. Well, bitch, why didn't you do it? Y'all ain't never gonna like Dr. Heavenly. She's a monk ass bitch that I would have been done checked a long motherfucking time ago, bitch. Cause I'm cut not from the same cloth, but I'm cutting from the I will set it the fuck off bitch cloth. And not feel no kind of way about it. See, I don't understand why y'all don't check each other at the motherfucking door when this shit happened. Bitch, we need to talk about this. Go and get this done. And why the fuck is everybody always so upset with each other? And somebody got to have a reason, and somebody got to have something fucking wrong. I'm mad. Y'all, I don't get that. I don't get that. And I think, and I don't like the fact that I'm getting irritated with it. You know what I mean? Like when I really look at it, I really want to see black women get together and get along. And to see all of these professional black women, you know what I'm saying? They don't have to be the motherfucking standard for us, because you're not the standard for me. But they don't have to be role models or whatever. But a lot of women do look to you in that way. Even when it comes to, employment, even to how your house is done and this, that, and the third. A lot of women are looking to that. But also to the way sisterhood in general, how, they really are coming together, and it ain't, but, you know what I'm saying? They setting a good example, but a lot of times it's not. The only time I see that example is when it comes to Simone and Dr. Jackie. And then, of course, with the man, I always see it with them because they hardly ever really have difficulties. There's been a few, but I'm just not understanding. And be grateful for the trip. Celebrate them in their 20 years. Let her have this time. Should no bitch have nothing negative to say. She done found out her dad was gone and all that. It's just disheartening to me. Because I was kind of like, well, you know what? All you whores could have stayed home. And me and him could have been on this motherfucker screwing from the rooter to the tutor. Doing what the fuck we want to do without all these different personalities and trying to make this one happy, that one happy. Like, for real. So yeah, I really didn't want to go, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to talk about that. Those few little parts or whatever. We will pick up on Friday with the shit. I am going to do the have and the have-nots on Tuesday, but I will do both episodes together because I did watch it. And then Love and Hip Hop, I'm just not here for it. I glanced at it. If it's something worth talking, it just ain't nothing worth talking about. I'm over it, So we'll talk about that. And then, y'all, listen, if you haven't already done it, make sure you watch the first episode of Emerald City because I want to do a review on that show. I do. I want to talk about that show, honey. That is my type of hype. So let me know if y'all here for it. I'm going to talk about it anyway, but just give me a heads up. It's only been one episode. It came on Friday. So it's out there. It was on NBC. So definitely, if you have time, check it out. Look for it, and we can be, up to snuff on Friday. And at least that'll give me a reason to have my head in the game on TV as far as like Friday, and I may be able to catch, with Married to Medicine on its day, because I'm really thrown off by it being on Friday. So anywho, y'all, I'm out of here. Those are my thoughts. Yes, I did, and I have been, and I do have the Golden Globes recording. So I have watched it. Shout out to Tracy Ellis Ross, but I really, y'all have to keep it real. I was really rooting for old girl on Insecure. I was, and she looks absolutely gorgeous. Like I was, y'all, but still, the sisters and brothers have represented, and they, from what I've seen already, or what I saw, they have really, you know what I'm saying? They have really gotten their Golden Globes. You know what I'm saying? There was a few that I was like, okay, really? But anywho, it is the Golden Globes. Any of these shows or whatever, we know. You know what I mean? So anywho, y'all, I'm out of here. Y'all leave y'all thoughts or whatever below, and we will get into a video tomorrow on, should I do Emerald City tomorrow? That'll be two. I don't know. It might be Emerald City, or maybe I can talk about, I don't know. But I'll be back tomorrow, y'all. Much love. Bye.